everybody, welcome back to this encounter on Black Sea Port. It's your boy County Check back again, bringing you some crusty old naval noob gameplay here. Gonna be running the U.S.S. Fargo into this match and see what we can make happen, if anything. It's a chilly day here in central Ohio, looking like feels like 12 degrees outside, and it says that it's 19. Oh boy. I love how they spawn everyone here without like the option to really usually turn the way that you want to without running into everybody and ruining their day. And then I've got this friendly bot right here that just loves to run into you. It's fantastic. You know, since I record videos for YouTube, I don't usually wear my headset anymore when I'm playing. But if you play Naval and you're not wearing a headset, you're missing out. The sound design in this game mode is fantastic for the gunnery. I just love the sound of it. I could probably go into the test drive and just shoot the guns till they're empty. Yeah, here we go. Look at this bot here helping me out. Thanks, buddy. Wonder if the bots actually help you repair, like lower your repair time. Since in Naval, the distance for doing that is much further than in ground, and I don't think it requires you to press anything. You just do it automatically by being in proximity. Got me in here today, recording this commentary early in the morning. I got a side job, and I have to go into Columbus, Ohio today. I am not a fan of the city. I'm not a fan of any city. I don't think that it's a good way for people to live. It takes them too far away from their natural state of being and puts them closer together where, sure, maybe they're able to tackle some of their problems because they're in a group and they think that they're safe, but in reality it just creates more problems than it solves, in my personal experience. Between like the crime and the poverty and the pollution, it's just a place where they get people together in a group so that they can just take advantage of more of them at once. I'm a big fan of the old ways, and I sincerely wish that humanity could reconnect with a lot of the things that they've abandoned in favor of modernity. People want to lament the quality of people these days, but they don't ask themselves why their quality is lower than that of a person from times they would think of as antiquity. I know a lot of people in the modern day like to think of themselves as exclusive, you know, like you live at the tip of the spear of humanity, and that since you're so modern, you're very smart and you know, better than everyone else, because people love to think that they're better than everyone else. It's sort of like a self-defense mechanism, I guess, to keep you accepting whatever happens to you so that you can carry on. I don't know if I'm elucidating my thoughts correctly, but this is exactly what I'm trying to say, is that humans will self-justify things based on need, even if it's extremely petty. And with so many people being into and on social media and other things like that, they are basically becoming narcissists on a huge scale. And this will affect men and women, but it affects women more greatly. And so when you add modern day feminism to low IQ, low information understanding that's being manipulated by an algorithm that keeps you in an echo chamber based off of what you already believe, I just think that, you know, the algorithms are written wrong. Instead of only showing you things that will keep you scrolling or that they know you're interested in, they should show you the exact opposite of what you believe or what you think is true. That way you could actually gain actual greater intelligence and a greater understanding of the reality of most situations. Most humans are not able to discard their ego enough to the point where they can really understand how things are. And if they were forced to do so, they would probably be like a petulant child who, you know, they would throw a fit, basically, is what I'm saying. And, yeah, it saddens me to see. But yeah, today I have a side job. I have a nephew who is an adult, and he's a very industrious lad who's got many a trade under his belt, which is something that I admire, people who know how to do a lot of things. And I'm going to go with him today to help him insulate somebody's... Ooh, I'm burping my coffee up. I'm going to go with him today to help him insulate someone's attic for the purpose of receiving money. Look at those crispy hits. And so I'm recording this commentary at a time that is basically early for me. To make sure that I have my responsibilities covered for you, all of my YouTube friends. It's nice when you get good hits. But I'm gonna have to be standing outdoors today, which will not be fun for me. I think I've set out about 25 different layers of clothes that I'll be wearing in order to facilitate my not freezing to death instantly. And probably the second I start moving, I will be overheated. But I don't care. I would rather be overheated. Is it gonna get him? Yeah, see, I still hit him. Look at that. See, it tried to deselect him because he went behind the hill, and as soon as it deselects somebody, it starts to drop the range. And I'm like, no, don't drop the range. What are you doing? And, see, do I get hits on the... Nope, I didn't get hits on the second one, but I got hits on the first one. As soon as I saw that it was dropping the range, I kind of lifted it back up with the Kentucky windage there, because you can control the range in Naval by, you know, lifting and lowering the reticle, and you can change it by adjusting the actual range. This match turned out to be not a bad match. You know, you'll have matches where it's disgusting and you spawn in and get like instantly killed by the Scharnhorst or something. Or like first 30 seconds of the match you die. But in this match, I managed to actually play actively until the end, which is always nice. And I mean, nothing makes you feel like a bigger loser than spawning in and dying immediately. Especially as expensive as this game is with the repair costs. Like, Naval can print SL, but if you fail at it, it can really suck it out of you, like super fast. Alright, we got another customer here somewhere, I'm sure of it. Where are they at? Me personally, I've always kind of, I guess, had a difficult time with this game mode. On one hand, because I am usually a charger. I'm an objective player who likes to charge in. And in this game mode, you generally, unless you are in an OP boat, do not get rewarded for that. You get exploded. So in this match, I've decided to kind of go laterally from the spawn. But one thing I won't do is park behind some island cover and just shoot at people that I can't see. Wait for them, you know, to get spotted. I can't stand that. Like, people who camp behind an island and wait for people to go cap the objective, I don't like it. It just doesn't appeal to my style of thinking. Everyone should charge the capture point and duke it out fair and square. But that just goes back to my naive ideology of, you know, morals and following objectives and things like that. Sacrificing yourself for the goal, which is like my personal existence style. If you've made it this far and you're new here, I'm glad to have you. If you're returning and you know who I am, I wish you would get a life and find something better to do than listen to some toothless old man in Ohio ramble on about his aches and pains and how life is crazy anymore. It's just extremely upsetting. You know, when I was growing up, I read all this stuff by Isaac Asimov, and the future was supposed to be super awesome with robots that help us and flying cars and, you know, hover sidewalks and pneumatic tubes that you could just travel through to go all over the place, and everyone living in a utopia with their problems solved by technology. But in reality, it has basically just become more and more and more restrictive, to the point where people who aren't free don't even realize how not free they are anymore. You're trapped by property taxes and bills, and of course if you don't work you don't eat, but they make it so that if you work you don't eat good anymore. It's crazy. And if you live in my country, the United States of America, 80% of the food that is available is not food. Man, look at those hits. That was a good salvo. Look at the red on that boy. So, like, yeah, you can go to the store and the label says organic, new, blah, 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 blah. But in reality, it's not organic. It's not new. Everything new is bad, basically. You want to eat what your great-great-grandma and grandpa were eating. Single source, whole food, like one item. You know what I mean? Meat. Eggs, cheese, yogurt, things like that. I'm no doctor or anything like that, but I was suckered into it and used to drink massive amounts of soda and consume massive amounts of sugar and eat all kinds of useless carbohydrates. And I paid the price. Now I have a gut. Even though I've always been an extremely skinny person, like I'm a wiry person. Think like a skinny hillbilly, you know, type person. And now I'm carting around like 20 extra pounds on my gut that I can't get rid of because it's just trans fat that won't burn. Because I used to eat things that, you know, I thought were really good for me, but they weren't. And it's just disturbing for me to live in a time and place when we should be at the apex of society, and in reality it's like we're worse off than ever before. People in the Depression ate better than us. The reason I have no teeth is because I drank soda. I drank Coca-Cola was my soda of choice. I still break down every now and again and will have one, but I try to make it, you know, like a treat and not more than once a month or something like that. But I consumed the stuff that they had out there. Oh, nice, 3 assists. Don't I feel special? Special needs, maybe. But yeah, I followed the program that they laid out for us, and it resulted in me having basically no health now in my older age. It's like once you tip over 40, you have to be square and on your P's and Q's, or every part of you just starts to fall apart. And that's a warning to any young people watching this video. You should learn about your physical and eating health now, because later on in life you're gonna wish you had. I'm not the smartest person in the world, nor am I probably even a good person. But I do love everybody, and I care about them very much. And I would like to see humanity that is informed and able to make decisions instead of most of what you believe being the result of advertising campaigns. You know, you take like bidets for instance. In America, way back in the day, people started to introduce bidets to America, and the paper companies were like, oh hell no, that's gonna take all of our money. So they ran a smear campaign even back then to equate bidets with a brothel. They were like, yo, you don't want to use that bidet, that's what those nasty hookers at the brothel use, and so don't do it, just buy our toilet paper, you know what I mean? And it's kind of sad that that's how the world has turned out. It's like it's like Bronda, right? It's got electrolytes, what plants want. We're sadly inching closer to the idiocracy every day, and it's never been more apparent. So when I say I'm upset about how the future has turned out, I mean I'm upset about how the future has turned out, like genuinely upset. Human beings deserve to have a chance, and it gets taken from us through misinformation, and then when we discover the truth, we get gaslit and told how wrong we are because it's contrary to someone's advertising campaign, and how dare we mess with their billions of dollars. You know, they need more. And the common man out here is working full-time, wife working full-time, and they still can't afford to live. I remember when I was 23, I was working, and the mother of my children was working, and our rent was something like $550 a month, and we still couldn't pay all of our bills, and we got behind, and we had to move back in with my parents. Yeah, that's just how it was. I guess when my kid went to school, he would wear Skechers, and when he went to school in Dublin, which is an affluent area here in the area where I live, and he would live with his mother after we split up, and he would go to school and people would call him Pizza Shoes because his shoes cost as much as a pizza. And I just was like devastated when I found that out. Like, man, what a way to live. You should never judge someone based on their monetary worth, but based on the quality of their soul and how much love they have in their heart. And also, you should never litter. If you litter, you're trash. For instance, I'm a smoker, but I've never thrown one of my cigarette butts on the ground. I knock the cherry off and I put that bad boy in my pocket. It's a personal accountability thing. I don't know what makes people think they can just throw something down and it no longer exists. I find it repugnant. I didn't mean for today's commentary to become like a ranting diatribe against modernity, but that's what it is. Oh, finally I got blown up, and then I can't even see the ship that did it. But that's okay, we've got the peanut butter and jelly 1J. The love hearts playing here. And we'll go in here and see if we can't get some satisfaction. I love these bigger planes in Warthunder, even though with the meta they're not as viable. If you get teammates that will cover you, it's no good for them because they're so low that it makes it hard for them to actually cover you. I don't know. But if you have been here with me watching, I love you and I appreciate you. I hope you have a good life, you know. Never give up your power to someone else to make you feel some kind of way. You be yourself, if that makes sense. The way you react is all that you have as your power, so react bravely. Most importantly, I hope you have a good day and you don't let anything get you down. This is County Check signing off. And if I survive going to Columbus, we'll see you on the next one.